Does your Ford modular engine sound like a diesel? Like this one? I'm going to show you how to fix it. Check it out. Let's start with the diagnosis. If you have a truck or a other Ford that's got a modular 5.4 or the 4.6 liter, either one, engine, I think they made a change in 2010 to update the part. So prior to 2010, I think have these problems. I guess the newer ones can have the problem too if they clog up or if something goes wrong. So the truck sounds like a diesel's when it's at idle. After it's gotten warm, sometimes the RPMs will dip and the truck will actually cut out, or the truck or car, I guess, will actually cut out. So if you're having those symptoms, it's pretty high likelihood if you have an older Ford vehicle, Lincolns and so on. So what they did is Ford actually came out with a new part that is this number right here. So this is the updated part for the VCT Solenoid, and 2 per vehicle. So I've got 1 out of the package and 1 in the package. They come with a new, this is a T25 Torx here, and they're kind of oily. Go ahead and order the seals because these are tough to get out, so you may destroy your seal, and they're pretty cheap. So this setup here, both of the solenoids and both of the seals cost me $110 on the internet from a Ford dealer. It's actually cheaper, whoopsie, it was cheaper for me to buy these 4 pieces, so 2 solenoids, 2 seals, from a dealer than it would have been for me to buy 1 of these from an O'Reilly's. So just keep that in mind. Buy direct from the Ford dealers. Get on the internet if you have to. Most of those places, they might sell them to you expensive in person, but if you get on their website or you know who they sell parts under, because a lot of times they have a double secret operation in the back room selling, you know, genuine dealer parts through a different business name. So anyhow, there we go. We're going to go over the tools real quick. I said T25 earlier. T27 is what you're going to want for the Torx head there. Some needle nose pliers, maybe some other kind of pliers, and then a 8mm socket. You can either do it, you know, on the old socket stick there, or just with a socket wrench. This is for removing the power steering reservoir. We're going to start with the easy one first. So we're on the passenger side here, just behind the oil filler. And if you put your thumb kind of down low, thumb from your right hand down low on the electrical connector, there's a little piece that you push and you just pull it straight off. Comes off like that, no big deal. Then the next thing we have to do is pull our seal out of here. And my needle nose pliers were broken, so I'm going to use these little bad boys and see if we can yank this guy out of here without hurting anything. This is really difficult to get the light into, but you can see right up there is our target. Trying to get that turned back around so we can see it. That's our target up in there. So we're going to take that one little bolt loose and our solenoid should slide right out. You might notice, I don't know, with the backlight there, whew, yeah, all of my stuff is taped together. You do not want to lose your tool down in this hole, because you will have to take the whole front end of the motor apart to get to the timing area where your tool will fall to the bottom of. So make sure you're well taped together, and you know, the thing's down in there a ways, so you gotta have your wits about you here. There we are. So there's a real close-up there. You can see this little piece of screen or mesh is wrinkled up and folded up, and that's a common issue, is it kind of clogs its own, gets in its own way. It just clogs up the system there. So the new version of the old scene here is different. You can see in that same spot it's a different setup. These are oriented the same way there. See the screws both down. So they changed around, put in a check valve, did some other stuff, redesigned the whole shoot and match there. I'm going to set this guy in, careful. It's impossible to see down there, so sort of have to do this by braille. Twist it just a little bit. There we go, I think we're on it. Make sure all of our tool came out, and it did. The final thing to do over here is our new seal. So here it is. There's a couple tabs on it. The little tab kind of points up, and you'll see some relief where those go. 27mm socket here, deep well that seems to fit over the top here. That looks good. Nice and flush. Nice and flush. First thing to do on the driver's side is pop this guy loose, the power steering fluid reservoir. There should be 3 bolts. Some of the books will tell you you have to take the valve cover off. Others will tell you have to take a lot more stuff off than you do. This is that power steering reservoir being gone. That's our target right there. I have a clear shot to it. And there we go. Same thing. Slide her in there, take a peek, give her a little twist if she needs a little twist. Connector action. Put the power steering back on. That couldn't have gone any better as planned. Took about 45 minutes start to finish to do both of those with filming included. And in the meantime, I got to listen to my radio with the Royals on the World Series. So go Royals. Been a while since we've been there. Yeah, I grew up here. So anyhow, that is it for this repair.